this morning. We're touching on geometry and problem solving. And our objective for today is to classify different polygons and understand whether a 2D shape is a polygon or not. Okay, so for some of you, this will be a friendly reminder. For those of you who don't remember, this should be short, sweet, and to the point. So if you can, please open your PowerPoint titled Shapes 2D. I'm sorry, not Shapes 2D. That's Properties of 2D and 3D shapes. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Our objective for today for 6th grade is identify, describe, visualize, and draw 2D shapes in different orientations. Okay, so please open the PowerPoint for properties of 2D and 3D shapes. Take a few minutes to review that before we begin our lesson on shapes. So please understand that this lesson will start off basic and then it will eventually become more complex. Please take a few minutes to review the PowerPoint. Where? That's an abbreviation for the, for examples. Yes. Did you finish reviewing the PowerPoint? Let's do that first, please.
It takes just one person to change one life.
Be the one who helps me learn to read.
Make sure I have a hot meal.
Or gets my family back on its feet. Valley Listen United Way asks you to be the one. Go to vsuw.org.
Don't miss a single dribble as Coach Hornacek and your Phoenix Suns run the floor against the Sacramento Kings on November 20th at 7 p.m. Tickets and the all-new jerseys available now at Suns.com. Phoenix Suns unite to the future.
I finished.
So let's give everyone else a few more minutes. Okay, did everyone get a chance to review that PowerPoint?
No. I'm gonna be 55 slides.
Now in the PowerPoint, you began with reviewing 2D shapes, meaning, what do you think the D stands for?
Dimensional.
Dimensional, good. And then it progresses to 3D shapes, correct? And their properties. Before we begin this lesson, again, the objective was to recognize and describe 2D shapes and solids. Solids meaning your 3D shapes. Okay. Can you name some 2D shapes for me? And let's start with describing them. Okay. Describe a 2D shape for me. Chris? Okay. Can you be more specific regarding the square? I mean, I want you to think of the most specific details that you can include. The more specific you are, the better, the response. Okay? So, he started off with a square. Tell me more about the square. Good. The measurements of each side is of the same length. What else can you tell me?
All the sides it has all right angles.
Okay. How many angles are there? Okay. What else?
It has both sides.
Okay.
Straight.
Straight sides. Good. And
It's flat.
thank you. It's flat, which makes it 2D. I'm wanting to hear a specific word that would also fall under the category of a 2D shaped square. What category would it fall under?
Flat shape.
Okay, quadrilateral. What else? And not just this. Okay, so let me go back. Not just describes the square. It also describes other shapes. What would that title be for all those other 2D shapes?
They could only be drawn on paper.
Okay. Okay, that was a great start. So, can anyone else think of anything they can add to that? Sean?
They're called plane shapes.
They're called plane shapes. Okay, what else?
They're two-dimensional.
Okay, they're two-dimensional. Let's try to think of something that has not been said. So, Mr. Hamilton.
They're flat shapes.
Okay, they're flat shapes.
What does it matter?
Yes, they have. So one more thing. Okay, and what else? They can only draw on paper. What else? Yes, a square does have right angles. What else? Okay, so if they're due to their criteria or their description, they have straight lines. They have, what are those called when the two lines? They're called angles. But what else are they called? Vertex. Right? That's a vertex. Are there any openings in the shape? No. Okay, so that would be described as shapes that are enclosed. Yes. Okay, so let's see if anything rings a bell. You have a shape made of straight lines with angles and or also known as vertices, and they're enclosed. What would that criteria fall under? Can anyone think of? I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter P.
Parallel. Perpendicular.
Can anyone else think of
Polygon.
polygons? Excellent. Good job. You guys said everything else but polygons, which is fine.
I said
Remember, this is, we're just revisiting, reviewing. Because I know you learned about polygons probably way back in what? Second grade. Or first grade. But the point is, we started off very basic, right? What shape is this? It's either square, or it's a circle, or it's a triangle, right? That's how basic you start. Then, the description becomes a little bit more specific and more detailed. Take the headphones off when I'm in the middle of a lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I promise I won't take too long. So, this is where we're at with the two-dimensional polygon, okay? Now then the polygons break down into other categories, which could be into a shape with 4 sides or a shape with
30 million. 6. 8.
6 sides or a shape with
8. 12. 34.
Okay, so we know that a shape with 4 sides are called what? Quadrilaterals, and they have a pretty large selection, right? You have a square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezoid, right? You have a diamond, okay, a rhombus. Now I want you to think of what other polygon or shape that has a large selection within their category. What do you think would be a name of a two-dimensional shape that has a variety of, yes, sir?
Triangle?
Yes, a triangle, because they have triangles determined by their number of degrees or their angles, right? And then they also have it by, what else?
How equal the sides are?
Exactly.
Don't they have 260?
Yes, they do.
So it's 60. 180. Yes, 180.
Yes, 180 are your total degrees. So,
it'd be 60.
okay, so now, since everyone has had a chance to review the 2D shapes, now let's touch on the solids. What vocabulary words I'd like to concentrate on regarding your solid shapes are also known as three-dimensional shapes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And Who can describe for me how would a solid shape, what criteria does it have in order for you to describe the shape? So let me share with you in case you're a little confused. The criteria for a polygon, okay, that it has to have straight sides, it has to be enclosed. That's a shape. That's a polygon shape. That's the criteria. Now, describe to me the criteria for a solid shape. Ms. Bingham, what do you think that criteria could begin with? So here you have a cube, it could be a cylinder, it could be a cone. Can you describe some of the criteria that would help identify these shapes? You pick one, yes, please.
Faces.
Excellent. Faces. Who can name another one? Miss Edwards, can you name another one? Because they're all in that PowerPoint that you guys were asked to review. Ms. Bingham started everyone off with saying faces.
Edges.
Who said edges? You did say no grading. Please. A good answer. Yes, edges. What else? What else? Shh, please. She said faces. He said edges, vertex, or vertices. Excellent. Vertex is the singular form of vertices, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that? Okay. This was some review before you began your worksheet for today. But I want you to keep in mind what you're looking for. Yes, sir.
You could hold it. And it would be hollow. Yeah.
Very good. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please, at this time, open your worksheet where it says two-dimensional shapes. Okay, the first one just gives you some background as far as where you see these two or three-dimensional shapes. Please move forward to the second page, second worksheet. Right? Page 87, which is the second worksheet, gives you some more information regarding two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. So if you could please open the third page of your two-dimensional shapes.
Open the third page?
Yes. Open the third page. That's the second one. This is number 2. And so it should, the title of that one is 2D Shapes number 3. And there's where you're going to begin your assignment for today. Today, you are to, well, lucky you don't have to copy, but you do have to complete the table to show a description of a two-dimensional quadrilateral. The parallelogram has been done for you. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions on your assignment on completing the table? And no, because you just have to check it. Question. You know, complete the table.
This one right here. Number 3. Number 3.
Well, mine keeps on blaming her.
So we finish this page and then this one.
For now. You're going to complete this page for now. Okay? At this time, this is the page I want you to be working on.
Oh, does that have to be this one?
No, this one. Okay, it's going to be this one. The title of that page is 2D shapes number 3.
2D shape,
Number 3. You did remember the conversation we had this morning? That you're being streamed live? Okay. So
where do you start doing numbers?
right there on the first table. Okay? So the first table at this time, please complete it. If you get stuck or you're not sure, please use the PowerPoint and or the second page that provides you the information you need to complete this correctly. Question? Question?
Yeah, you fill it.
Do you fill what, hon?
The whole thing.
The table, you're going to fill whatever criteria it falls under. So not everything you're going to put a check, right? Because look on your parallelogram, not everything is checked off. Only the things, the items that pertain to that shape. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you supposed to check it off? In your emoji.
You're going to copy paste to your, yeah.
Emoji. And keyboard. You have to add it. Oh yeah. What? Emoji. Why do you? Yeah, same thing. What? I saw everything. What did I not see?
Okay, I'd like to see your page, please. That looks exactly like this. That you should be working on.
Where's your little camera?
Okay, it's the one that says number 3. Number 3. That's the one you're working on. Number 3 is the one you're working on. Yep. All right, good. Did everyone get those up? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you for helping her. Okay. So did you get yours up?
Yeah.
See? Okay. So you will complete numbers 1 through 6. Okay.
time for a cold to slow you down. So swing by Walgreens, trusted relief of your family's cold. With Tylenol Cold and Children's Tylenol. 6 days are adding up fast, and luckily, Walgreens is just around the corner. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Tylenol Cold Multi-System Tablets, 24 count, just $2 for $12 with your balance rewards card. Offer not valid.